that sometimes we tend to wait till it's too late to take action. How many of us have waited till the last minute in our exams and crammed, studied in the last few days so that we can get some decent scores? Many of us, right? There are some children who study proactively throughout the year, but some in the last minute. And that habit tends to go on in many aspects of our life for the rest of our life. Why does that happen? Why do people find it so difficult to stay motivated and do what it takes consistently to achieve success? Hi, I'm Seema Shunai Manik, and I'm a transformation coach and a master trainer of neuro-linguistic programming. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a powerful self-motivation concept. And I'm going to be taking you all in detail through a powerful technique of NLP known as the pain pleasure grid. So stay tuned till the end of this video because I'm going to be taking you through this technique step by step so that you can stop procrastinating whatever you're procrastinating right now and start taking action. So why does this behavior of procrastination or not doing what you need to do occur? Why does it happen? Why do people find it so difficult to keep themselves motivated? Now this happens because of a certain way in which we think, in which we operate. Now, most human beings are like pressure cookers. What do I mean by pressure cookers? Have you all ever seen a pressure cooker? You keep it on the stuff and you light the gas. Initially, the pressure cooker just sits on the heat, right? It's going to sit and it's going to sit and it's going to sit for some time and it's like, okay, it's warm, but it's not really hot. It's all right. It's not that bad. But after some time, when the pressure really starts building and can't take it anymore, that's when the whistle goes off and the pressure cooker starts taking some action. That's exactly how human beings operate. In every area of our life, we tend to wait till things go bad or things are not tolerable anymore before we start taking action. Most people I have seen are okay with things being okay around them, which means that they are all right with the mediocre life. And that's the reason they don't take action. If you tell somebody that, okay, come on, you got to do something about this, you got to take action, you got to take your life to the next level. My life's okay. Everything's all right. It's not that bad. Have you ever heard the quote that good is the enemy of great? There's no quote that's more accurate than this if you ask me. Now, what is the problem by being like the pressure cooker? What happens when a person chooses to stay in a mediocre life or chooses to settle for less in any area of their life? I've always said this to people in my workshops, in every place I talk, that gravity is natural. Growth is not. If you're not acting in a certain area, if not taking action in a certain area in your life, if any area of your life is not growing, is not thriving, if you're not doing your best in that area, it's degrowing right now. If you keep a plant and you do not water it, you do not nurture it, you do not ensure that it grows, it starts dying. Anything that doesn't grow, degrows, dies. And that's what happens to the different areas right now. If financially you're not taking action, you're not investing, you're not paying attention to your finances, you're not paying attention to how much you're earning, how much is your cash flow, how much are you investing, what are your returns, is your money actively growing or not? If you're not paying attention, if you're just letting it be, it is degrowing. And similarly with every area in your life. So it's time to stop being a pressure cooker. Stop waiting till things go bad to take action and start proactive living. What is the meaning of proactive living? And that's what we're going to discuss right now. How can you live proactively? Which means how can you learn to motivate yourself at any point in time and consistently take action towards what you want in your life. If you're enjoying this video, please click the like button so that this video reaches more and more people and is encouraging me to make many more such powerful videos for you. For every person, there are two things that need to happen in their life. One, there are certain things in their life which they need to start doing. They got to start doing it now. Maybe exercise, maybe eating well, maybe learning to network, maybe getting upskilled, maybe start saving money or investing money. There are certain things that a person needs to start doing now. And there are certain things that everybody needs to stop doing now. In everyone's life, there are certain things that at this point in time, if you look at your life, you got to stop doing something. When you start doing something, you got to stop doing something. So even if you don't have a pen and a paper handy right now, you can type in the comment section as you're listening to me right now. In your life, type in what do you need to start doing. top of your mind, what are those things that you need to start doing? You've been unnecessarily procrastinating. Maybe you know what is good for you. Actually, I'm certain you know what's good for you. Most people know what's good for them in their life. It's not that they don't know. Don't you know what you need to do? Don't you know what's good for you? Don't you know that you need to eat well, you need to exercise, you need to save, you need to invest, you need to be kind to people, you need to be assertive? Don't you know these things? Don't you know that you need to upgrade, upscale, go to the next level, become powerful? Everybody knows these things, but people are not able to motivate themselves. So type in the comment section right now, everybody, what do you need to start doing in your life? Let's understand now that despite knowing that you need to start doing this, and please type it there, right? Because once you type it, you're admitting to yourself that this area needs action, and that itself is going to motivate you. So despite knowing that you need to do these things, why aren't you doing it? There's nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with me, but it's just the understanding the way we are designed and getting us to work, right? Even if you have a great computer, if you do not have the right software, it's not going to give you the right results. So what I'm trying to do in this video is trying to give you the right software so that you can start taking action. So now that you've identified what you want to do, what you want to start doing, why aren't you doing it? Now, for that, let us understand how people get motivated in the first place. If you think about it, there are only two things that motivate people in their life. Now, like I said in my previous video, it's possible that you say that there are many things that motivate people: money, pleasure, companionship, food, travel. But no matter what category you're talking about, they fall in only two of these segments. Everything that motivates you fall in these two things. One, people get motivated. One, to avoid pain. No one wants to have pain in their life. And two, to gain pleasure. Pain and pleasure are powerful driving forces. We will do anything to get what we want, to avoid pain and to gain pleasure. So if you're not doing a task, it's very simple that you're not doing this task because you're associating too much pain to doing that task. You're associating too much pain to saving money. Maybe you're telling yourself, I don't know how to do it. What if I lose my money? What if I put in the stock market and I lose all my money? And hence, even though you know it's important to do, you're not doing it. So it makes sense. You're not exercising because you feel it's too painful to exercise. You're not giving up junk food because it's pleasurable to eat that junk food and painful to give up that junk food. Does that make sense? If you really want to start doing, you got to flip the switch. What do I mean by flip the switch? You got to, currently your pain and pleasure focus is different. You're focusing on the pain that you will get by doing this task and pleasure that you'll get by not doing this task. Instead, you got to flip the switch and you got to start focusing on what pleasure will you get when you do this task long term. What will happen in your life? And write down this question. What will happen if I start doing this and I do this consistently long term? Whatever you type in the comment section, whatever you got in mind, that task, if you were to start doing it and you do it consistently long term, what are the gains you're going to have? For example, when I start exercising consistently and I do it for the next 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to be fit. I'm going to be energetic. I'm going to have energy to do whatever I want to do. I will be influential. I'll be able to accomplish all my goals. I'll have energy for so many different things to travel. I will be able to really enjoy my life when I consistently do this. And what will happen if I don't? For any reason, if I continue procrastinating and I continue not doing this, what's going to happen in my life long term? Remember, sometimes we do not do things because we do not understand the consequences of our actions long term. The moment you start seeing that, by not exercising, I'm actually creating a lot of damage in my life. If I don't exercise for a day, nothing's going to happen. If I don't do it for a month also, maybe nothing's going to happen. But what if I don't exercise for a year, for 2 years, for 5 years, for 10 years? Write that down, write the answer. But the second question you should ask yourself is, what will happen if I don't do this long term? I'm going to put on weight, I'm going to feel sluggish, I'm going to lose my health, I'm going to get all kinds of diseases, I'll have no energy to do what I want to do. I'm not going to be able to pursue my goals. I can't enjoy my life, I cannot travel, I cannot give my best to my children, to my family. Make it really horrible. You got to, instead of life showing you that heart attack in the future, You got to show yourself today what's going to happen in the future if you don't do what you need to do in your life. Isn't that amazing? Just flip the switch. The moment you ask yourself these two questions, what will happen when I do this long term, and what will happen if I don't do this long term? Trust me, you're going to get motivated instantly to start taking action. It's time to read a comment. This comment is by Umesh Kulkarni. Umesh says, thank you very much for sharing this mind-changing experience. My mind has changed and I feel goosebumps listening to your story. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I follow you. I love your work and your videos. I love your content. Thank you for sharing with me. Huge respect from my side. Thank you so much, Umesh, for this really, really sweet comment. Now, you all know that NLP is a set of tools. It's a toolkit. It's not a single tool. So like any other tools, you can use these tools in permutations and combinations to get the best results. Like I'm going to make another video on the new behavior generator. And there is another video that I have already made on how to overcome food cravings. So there are several videos that are tools that I have mentioned in other videos that you can use in combination with the pain pleasure grid, so that you can get the best results. So I would suggest that you watch those videos as well. I'm going to be leaving them in the section on top there. Click on the I and you will get all the relevant videos, and I'm going to leave a link at the bottom in the description as well, so that you can click and ensure you're going through all the other tools. Remember, if you just have a hammer or just a spanner, they don't work as best as if you have the entire toolkit. So we have now spoken about how to get yourself to be motivated using the pain pleasure principle to start doing something. The second kind of task that we need to do is to stop doing something. Many a times in our life, we're doing things that are not good for us. And just like we know what we need to do, we also know what we shouldn't do. Is it not? Right now, if you focus and you think about your life, you know the things that you need to stop doing. You know, I got to stop eating so much. You know, I shouldn't sleep this much. You know, I shouldn't get angry. You know the things that are not doing good for you in your life, but you're not able to give it up. Why is that so? Again, pain and pleasure. Currently, if you're not able to stop doing something, stop drinking or stop smoking or stop eating junk food or stop wasting your time or stop spending so much time on social media or shopping so much online or wasting so much money, you're not able to give that habit up, give that addiction up, because you associate a lot of pleasure to doing this task, this activity. You know it's not good, you want to give it up, but it's so pleasurable, and you're associating pain to giving it up. That, oh my God, if I don't eat this food, I'm going to feel so terrible. I'm going to have this withdrawal symptoms, and if I don't go on social media, then I may get disconnected with my friends. You are right now focusing on the pleasure of doing this thing that's not good for you, and also focusing on the pain you're going to get if you give up. So no wonder you're not able to stop. If you want to stop doing this thing, or you want to reduce doing this thing, whatever that you've written, first of all, type in the comment section. What do you need to stop doing in your life? What is it that is not good for you that you're doing today that you need to stop doing? And then write down these questions. The first question that you need to ask yourself to flip the switch so you can stop doing something is, what pain will I get if I continue doing this task long term? What will happen to me? What will happen to my life if I continue wasting my money the way I'm currently wasting long term? The consequences of your actions are never evident in the short term. In the short term, if you're not saving money, it's not a big deal. But what if this habit were to continue for the next 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and you continue not saving money? Write down what's going to happen to me and my life. I'm going to have no savings. I'm going to have no security in my life. I'm going to be enslaved and working for other people for the rest of my life. I will not be able to get myself a good life, give the best things to my family, not be able to travel, not be able to do so many things that I want to do in my life because I don't save and I'm wasting so much money. Write down about how terrible it's going to be if you don't give up this habit. What is going to happen if you continue overeating? What's going to happen if you continue getting angry with your children or with your spouse? Long term. And second Second question, and I hope you're writing these down because these questions are like gems. You want to ensure that you're taking every one of them. Tony Robbins said that the quality of questions that you ask yourself are directly proportional to the quality of life that you live. So these questions are going to ensure that you live the best quality life. So the second question that you need to ask yourself to flip the switch and stop doing something is, what pleasure will I get when I stop, or when I reduce doing whatever I'm doing? When I stop spending so much time on social media, what pleasure am I going to get? I will have so much time to invest on other things that are important for me. I will be able to feel good about myself. I will have more control on myself and on my life. I'll be able to invest that time in my financial management or on my business, and I'm going to be able to grow as a person. I'm going to be able to do so many other things. Make that a very powerful thing. Show yourself a beautiful, powerful future once you give up these bad habits, these addictions, these things that are not good for you. So you're flipping the switch by focusing on the pain you're going to get by doing this task and the pleasure that you're going to get once you give up. I have made another video on how to powerfully visualize your future. How do you visualize correctly using NLP, and how to make that a powerful experience for yourself. That is another technique that you can combine along with the pain pleasure grid, so that you can not just look at your situation and flip the pain pleasure switch, but also you can visualize or envision a powerful future for yourself, so that also gives you the pleasure and you feel like working towards it and you feel like moving forward towards it. So like I said, if you are liking the content that I share on my channel, I have started making some amazing tutorials on neuro-linguistic programming, specifically going into the tools and strategies. Trust me, these are things that you usually learn in workshops, and I'm giving them to you on this channel. So subscribe to NLP Magic and ensure that you're clicking the bell icon as well, because when you click the bell icon, you're going to be notified immediately of every video that I'm going to be putting in this channel. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, everybody, and I'm going to see you all very soon.